Okay, quick question. Have you ever tried to show love to your partner and instead of them going, "Oh, you're the best," they just gave you that confused puppy look? Like, thanks. Yeah, that's because you two might be speaking different love languages. And no, I don't mean French or Spanish, I mean the secret code of how you actually feel loved. So today, we're cracking the code on love languages, how to figure out yours, how to figure out theirs, and how to stop accidentally giving them love that feels like a participation trophy. 1. What even are love languages? Imagine this: you surprise your partner with a super thoughtful gift, like you remembered their favorite chocolate from that one shop they mentioned once in 2019. You're waiting for the tears of joy, and instead, they just go, "Oh, cool. Thanks." Meanwhile, they keep trying to cuddle you 24/7, and you're like, "Bro, I just want 5 minutes alone with my snacks." Sound familiar? That's because you're speaking different love languages. Dr. Gary Chapman came up with this idea that people feel loved in 5 main ways. 1. Words of affirmation. Sweet talk, compliments, your amazing texts. 2. Acts of service. Love doing stuff for them, dishes, errands, not leaving socks on the floor. 3. Receiving gifts. It's not about money, it's about "you were thinking of me." 4. Quality time. Undivided attention, yes, that means putting down the phone. 5. Physical touch. Hugs, cuddles, holding hands, not accidentally elbowing them in sleep. The problem: most of us assume our partner wants love the way we do. And that's like giving a fish a bicycle, useless and kinda weird. 2. Why this matters. Here's the thing: you could be shouting "I love you" in your love language, but if your partner doesn't speak that language, it's like yelling in French at someone who only understands Spanish. Cue the confusion, frustration, and that awkward moment when they're like, thanks." Imagine this: your partner's love language is acts of service. So instead of saying "you're amazing," which is nice but not their love dialect, you do the dishes without being asked. Boom! Instant love points. Meanwhile, if your language is words of affirmation, you might be waiting for them to say, "Wow, thanks for doing the dishes." But they won't, because to them, the action was the love. See the disconnect. 3. How to figure out yours and theirs. Okay, detective time. Here's how to crack the code. 1. Observe what they complain about. If they say, "You never spend time with me," their language is probably quality time. If they're like, "Why don't you ever hug me?" Hello, physical touch. 2. Notice what they do for you. People often give love the way they want to receive it. If they're always buying your little gifts, receiving gifts might be theirs. 3. Just ask. Crazy idea, right? Try, "Hey, what makes you feel most loved?" Pro tip: don't ask while they're in the middle of a Netflix binge. 4. How to actually speak their language. Now, let's translate. Here's how to speak each love language like a pro. 1. Words of affirmation. Say things like, "I'm so proud of you," "You look amazing today," or "Your cooking could win awards." Avoid backhanded compliments like, "You're pretty," for someone who just woke up. 2. Acts of service. Do stuff before they ask: make their coffee, take out the trash, fix that wobbly table they've been ignoring. Avoid half-hearted efforts. "I thought about doing the laundry," doesn't count. 3. Receiving gifts. It's not about $. A picked flower, their favorite snack, or a silly meme that reminds you of them works. Avoid last-minute gas station gifts. Here's a stale donut: "Love you." 4. Quality time. Put the phone down. Have real conversations, take walks, or just sit in silence without scrolling. Avoid "we're spending time together." He proceeds to ignore them for video games. 5. Physical touch. Hug them randomly, hold hands, or just sit close. Avoid "I patted your head once this week, what more do you want?" 5. What if you're really bad at their love language? But if your partner's love language is physical touch and I need personal space like a cactus, start small. A high five counts. Okay, maybe a hug. If they love words of affirmation and you're more of a grunt and not communicator, set a reminder to text them one nice thing a day. It's like training for love. The goal isn't perfection, it's effort. And honestly, the fact that you're trying means you're already winning. Final tip, keep practicing. Love languages aren't a one time quiz you take and forget. They can change over time. Like how suddenly quality time becomes sleep after you have kids. Keep checking in, keep learning, and most importantly, keep laughing together. Because at the end of the day, love isn't about perfection. It's about trying, messing up, and trying again, preferably with snacks involved. So, there you go, love languages decoded. No more guessing why your amazing gift got a hug. No more wondering why they're suddenly so happy just because you listened for once. Try it this week. Do one thing in their love language and watch their face light up like you just discovered Wi-Fi. And hey, if all else fails, just say, I'm trying to love you better. Help me out here. Because at the end of the day, that's the real love language. Now go forth and asterisk love intentionally. And maybe don't gift a cactus to a physical touch person.